Yo, what's up, guys? This is Keith from TN Lit, and I wanted to sort of give my own thoughts, feelings, and opinions on the new One Piece chapter, 991. Obviously, going to contain spoilers. I'm going to go through the pages and just sort of give some thoughts on what's going on there. See how this goes. I got... What's my music right now? I got... Zelda and Chill on YouTube by Game Chops going in the background. So shout outs, go check that out. Without further ado, let's get into this. He is very close when you are a friend, but if you are an enemy, he will be out of your reach. He is that kind of person. I like Kobe. I love Kobe as a character. And seeing him try to describe Luffy to people is always one of the more entertaining parts to the stories. They're always just random like offshoots like this, but I always like it. Just because of how much buildup there was to Kobe being this loyal to Luffy without actually being a part of his crew. Obviously, the X-Drake doesn't give a crap about it. But I think he's finally... That's the whole premise of this page, though, right? Is that Drake is finally understanding this thing that Kobe said to him all this, whatever amount of time ago. I was watching Grand Line Reviews talk about this page, and I wanted to give my own opinion on it, because I think that the reason why it's these three in particular that are depicted in this page here, reacting to X Drake the way that they are, it's just because they're the boys. I think that's the best way to even say it. But if we were to depict the crew almost more like, let's say, a delinquent gang, it's these three members of the crew that are going to be like the boys. They're just going to be the ones to protect the captain, you know, make sure everything goes ship-shape. The first mate obviously was Zoro, but specifically the fact that Frankie was kind of a gang member at some point, and like so was Jinbei, really. I think that's the reason why it's these three in particular, is that they're the ones that would react in such a way. Obviously, you could say like something like Sanji or Usopp, but again, Usopp's a coward, and Sanji's usually in this sort of delinquent situation. But he wouldn't be getting his hands dirty as much as these three. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. I also find it funny in this chapter and in the last, I think, couple of chapters. There's always all these like low-level people that are saying something like, "Don't let them approach Straw Hat." You know, don't let them get involved. I think this is wild because they can't touch even like the lowest level members of Kaido's crew, and they don't even realize. They don't even realize how weak they are comparatively. Everybody likes to make comments about how like Usopp and Nami are the weakest in the crew, but like realistically, they're still vastly more adept at fighting than any of these random scrubs that are just not even named. Obviously, I just think it's funny that these people don't even realize that they're this ain't their story, you know. This page definitely got a laugh out of me. Not even the fact that, like, I just thought this page was funny. I don't even know how to describe it. I just, Usopp hiding behind her, like that, trying to get out of it. I love the image, specifically, of her standing there all triumphant. Uh, and then immediately after, running away. And talking. I hope that this is the matchup. I agree. I think that if this is the matchup, I think this will be a really fun fight for them. I have always liked when Usopp actually gets like a partner in his battles. Um, I mean, I guess technically Zoro with Kaku, but I wouldn't really consider that like a good example of what I'm trying to describe here. I'm thinking of Chopper back in Alabasta. I really like that fight. It's sort of it's like a ridiculous setup that he's thrown into, and then it's him thinking his way out of it, right? And I think that would go really well with Nami as well. I think the two of them sort of bouncing ideas off each other while trying to fight these two members who are kind of stupid but powerful, which is the opposite sort of argument we're trying to pitch here. I think that'll be fun. I hope that gets like the amount of content it deserves, the amount of pages it deserves. General Frankie is actually like has never looked quite like a toy like he does in this picture. I don't know why I had never thought about it before, because obviously there's like toys of it, right? I've just never even thought or seen one. However, for some reason, having the giant kid looking giant running after him like this, it does look pretty funny. I guess that's Oda for you. I like the way Oda draws his characters because he does like to make them look silly, and sometimes it's a bit much. Hacho looks ridiculous, but I like it because it helps differentiate everybody, so you can still tell everybody's a different character from one another, and he's not afraid to explore that style. I always liked Oda as an artist. Apu is actually getting shafted in the matchup chart here. If he actually has to deal with any combination of Zoro and or Drake, he's gonna have a rough time. I think Apu is more of like a support guy that can really buff up his team. That's why he's been, getting everybody else in gear. I feel like if you're paying attention to him, he can't fight nearly at the level that these two can, right? Let's see it. I'm curious, actually. Zoro is obviously one of the lower level supernovas going into Sabaody, but since then, I'm pretty curious of where Zoro actually stacks up against everybody. I think that'll be fun to play with. So he makes the comment, wait, could that bullet be? But, what is he talking about? I was thinking like a sea stone bullet, sea stone bullet, which would make sense, I feel. But, and it could just, the two panels before it makes a comment about this other guy. It hurts, blah, blah, blah. But, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it too much. It probably is just a sea stone bullet or something, but if it's not, it could be interesting if it's some sort of like a poisonous thing or something that like will eat away. It could be really dangerous to something, even like a Zoan or an ancient Zoan like him, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It probably goes the sea stone route because then Zoro's involved and he can just not really care about it, I guess. But we'll see. We'll see. Jack basically gets what's coming to him for a long time coming, bro. He deserved that. I do like Kaido jumping in like this, though. It depicts him as a different type of captain than I would have actually expected. I never really pegged... I mean, I don't know. Kaido does actually show way more emotion than a lot of the other... specifically like Big Mom, right? Big Mom's just a wild card entirely. Kaido seems to have really aggressive highs and really like sad lows, and they sort of culminate in a character that we weren't entirely sure where he would land on the spectrum of trust and even love of his subordinates. I haven't seen him interact with them too many times. him reacting the way he does with Jack in this picture makes this all the more interesting. I like it when a villain still cares about their crewmates because it shows a bit more impact with every single fight, I think. I was not a fan of Kinemon when he first showed up back in Punk Hazard. And I think that this is a good example of how fun it is when Oda decides to include another character that just sort of chills with the crew for a while. Kind of like Vivi. You can see them change as a character over the course of the story, and he can give them different weight to their decisions. Kinemon is now a really cool character, along with the other 9 Scabbards, because of the build that we've gotten with this character in particular, but all of them and what we've been building towards. Even the betrayal was kind of good, if I'm being honest here. But this page is good. It shows everybody getting ready for the 9 Scabbards versus Kaido, and I think we all know they're not necessarily going to be able to beat him on their own, but we'll see what they can do. We'll see what kind of damage they can deal. I think that'll be fun. I think that's the last page here. All in all, I actually really like this chapter. I get that it's like an in-between, not anything like dramatic really happened, but it's setting up for a lot of things, and I'm fine with setup chapters, dude. Setup chapters are still good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next chapter. Peace out.